Hi guys, it's Miss Young here. So today we're going to be working with a new type of graph. So we've been talking about a picture graph where you're literally drawing a picture, in our case, a circle, and there's a legend to represent how much each circle means. Now we're going to be using a bar graph. So in a bar graph, very similar to what we did with Mrs. LeMay, you're actually coloring in or shading in the entire square to make a bar. So for this type of graph, we don't need a legend. But we do need to look at our table and determine how are they counting things, right? The table might give us more information. In our table here, it seems like they're counting by ones, right? 8, 7, 11, 13. It doesn't say like two numbers counts as one vote. It doesn't say anything like that. So we're going to make a bar graph here. Our title in our table, we always look to our table or wherever our data might be, is types of reptiles. So the title of my graph should also be types of reptiles. I have 4 reptiles here. I'll list each of them on the line. It doesn't matter the order. This is the bar. Sometimes the bars go left and right. Other times they go up and down. These are going to go across. So I'd put snakes here, and there are 13. But you'll notice these lines on the bottom. What do you think those lines are for? So those lines are going to count how many is in each row. So if you had this and it was really big, say it was like 75 snakes, instead of people having to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and count up, they can simply go to the line. So this line would be 1, this line would be 2. So if this one was all the way over here, I would just trace the line down and read the number on the line. We're going to count by 1 so that all of our data fits, because here we're counting by ones. So we'd have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you would color in the entire box going across. This row goes for here. This row goes here. There's a little space in between. It helps you visually be able to distinguish between the lines. So again, take a picture if you can. If not, do the work on your own and then write it's on a paper. Now you're going to answer some questions. How many reptiles are at the zoo? Well, if I want to know all the reptiles, that's an in all question. So I need to be adding all 4 of those numbers together. Okay, so let's start with 13 and 11. Okay, I know that 3 plus 1 is 4 and 1 plus 1 is 2, so that's 24. And I know that 7 plus 7 is 14, so 7 plus 8 must be 15. So I'm going to do 24 plus 15. 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3, so there are 39 animals, or reptiles rather, at the zoo. Now they want to know how many more snakes and lizards than turtles. So first we have to add together snakes and lizards. We already know from our last problem that's 24. Then turtles. So we're going to do 24 minus 7. If you line that up, you can't do 4 minus 7. You cross out the 4, make it a 14, go over to the 2, cross that out, make it a 1. 14 minus 7 is 7. 1 minus nothing is 1. So there are 17 more snakes and lizards than turtles at the zoo. How many fewer turtles and tortoises than snakes and lizards? So now you need to do turtles and tortoises. We already talked about how we know that that's 15. And we already know that snakes and lizards is 24 from before. So if we do 24 minus 15, you can't do 4 minus 5. So you cross the 4 out, make it a 14. Cross out the 2, make it a 1. 14 minus 5 is 9. 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 9. Write a comparison question. So here you're going to write your own question. Okay? That can be answered using the graph. Now here, another graph. This one's going up and down. They've already filled out the increments for you. You would just put the title across the top. Okay? It is important that you're looking to see what kind of graph they're asking for. You'll notice they're saying bar graph. They say a bar graph, you need to shade in the entire block. If they're saying picture graph, then you're just going to be putting in those circles. And don't forget that you're most likely going to need a legend. Okay, so make sure you're reading carefully to see if it's a bar graph or a picture graph.